Like I've said 1,000 times, you've got to be very careful with this market. Stick around to the end to see what happens. You'll be surprised. Right, we've got a signal here. So we're going to take a sell right now. 2.8 we got in it. And 24 stop loss. Something like that. I was expecting it first. I really would have liked it to go up and take out these stops here before it went down. That's what I was expecting. But that did not happen, so we still have to just take it as it is. Just to show you, we have a signal. We got a signal here which didn't pass the 200-day moving average. So I neglected that signal. Like I said, I expected it to go up and take out these guys, but it didn't actually do that. It should have taken them out, but it didn't. And maybe they were banking on this stop loss here. Maybe it's this stop loss they were gunning for. This one here, look. Maybe they were gunning for this one, because they've been taken out, if you can see. I was expecting these lot to be taken out, but they weren't. But yeah, so it came up, went back down. It crossed the 200-day moving average here. That's a better signal. That's the signal I was looking for. So we can go for a 1-to-1, which is about 10, 20 points. Well, it's 10 points, isn't it? From here to here, it's about 9, 10 points. Or we can go for the 20 points. Because our mental stop is here. That's where our mental stop is. Our actual stop is here. So if it's there, like I said, we're looking 24, 25 points. So I'll put a hard stop here. And our first TP is around this area. So I'll put a TP around this area here, just a line. I'm expecting it to go to around this area here to take out these people here. These people here and these people here. This is what I'm expecting it to go down to. And that's it. And maybe form a new low. But like I said, I'm not too happy with the fact that it didn't take out the people that I was expecting it to take out. So it might still be a false signal or a bad signal. We just have to wait and see. So if it takes out this one here, if it goes past this, if it goes past this area here, if you can see that area, if it goes past this area here, this line, then we have to put our stop loss a bit further up, and we'll have to take a bit more. We'll have to look for a bit more profit. But really and truly, I would like to just do an 8 point, 10 point and go for this first line here. This is actually what I'm after, this first line. But if it goes up and comes down, then fair enough. There should be some money in it. If not, no problem. We go again. It's the way it works. Let's have a look at the hourly while we're waiting. Yeah, you see the hourly. Look at that. The hourly is geared up. It looks as if it's hit a nice threshold here. Support, resistance. This is a resistance is hit. Call it what you want. But it's hit something here. And it's come down. It might come and follow all the way down. Because if you look at this, it's been going up for a while. And then, this is before it went down considerably. But it went up first. Went up considerably. Went down considerably. Went up a bit. And now it's come back down. So it might be forming that trend there, but we can't tell. We just have to wait and see. So it resisted the 9-day moving average. It's tried to push up, but it's been resisted. So let's see if it drops down considerably now. Like I said, we don't know. It could do whatever it wants because it's not exactly how I would like it. The moons haven't exactly aligned. I told you I wanted this price here to reach this area. I needed it to come up here and then come down, but it didn't. It came only part way. So I'm not too sure what's going on, but we have a signal, so we're going to take the signal. It's the right signal. So the momentum should be there. As you can see, it's resisting the 200-day. Look at that. It's resisting it at the moment. It went down a bit, popped up, and now it's resisted it once. Hopefully this one here will come past it. We need it to come back past it. If it comes back past it, we might be okay. But I cannot tell from here because really and truly it should have come straight from this one. Oh, we got some movement. Let's see. Good. 38% spent. Some time is there. It's still resisting at the moment. It's trying. It's trying to push down. Just keep an eye on it. Okay, it's dropped down. It's dropped down. This is good. Is the candle open below the 200? So we might be onto something right now. Just keep an eye on it. It's gonna break this low. This low, we need it past this low here before we can even think about anything going on. It's in the right position though. It's in the right position. It's going the right way for us. Gonna pass that low. Look, it's resisting the low. Ah, that's not good. Will it break this low on this turn? Let's see. We need it to break that low so we know that it's going to get a bit better than where it is now. It's got to get lower than where it is for us to have any confidence in this trade. It's right on the line at the moment. It has to pass that line. How about this shot? Will it do it this time? 89% spent on the candle. 90%. Can it take it before the end of this candle? Let it pass this area here. It's threatening. It's threatening. Yes, it's formed another new low. This is good news. So let's see if we can continue that trend down. We've got a new low, which is a good thing. Hopefully this candle here, the news candle, it's going to give us a new daily low. We're looking for it to go down to here. As I said, this one here is our first point of call. This is where we're looking for. And this is our second. Depending on the momentum of this candle would determine whether we're going to come out here or we're going to come out here. Or even take it all the way to the new low. 19% spent on the candle. We're in positive territory at the moment. Let's see if we can actually make this work. It dipped down sharply at the moment. Let's just keep an eye on it. Right, it's reached our first point But the way it's going, we're going to go for the second point here. Let's go for this second point. 54% spent. Let's go for this one here. It's messing around at the moment. Let's see what the volume's saying on this. Volume's relatively the same. It's in the right place. It's just taking a bit of time. Have a look at the hourly again. Yeah, you can see it's gunning for this area here. It just looks like it wants to go for this area. There's a few stops here. A few bit of a liquidity right in this area here. A bit more so over here in this area. So depending on how it wants to take it, because it can always go down and then come back up. This is what people don't understand. It can go down like this. It can go from here, it can go down, then go back up and then go down again. It's all determined, it's all dependent on what it wants to do. Go back to the 5 minute. All indications point to the fact that it wants a new daily low. This red line indicates the daily low. The daily low is 71.16. But if we can come out just before that daily low, 71.18, that's fine. I don't mind that. But really and truly, why not take it to the daily low? We know it's going to go there. But the reason why sometimes I don't take it to the daily low, even though it's very obvious where it's going, is because it can and ah. It can go up, down, up, down, take people's stop and then get to the daily low. It doesn't mean it's going to go directly to the daily low. So that's why I kind of take it some area here, because remember, near the daily low, you usually have stop losses and you've got everyone praying that it doesn't go to the daily low. They're praying. They're like, oh, it's coming really close to my stop. So if you look at back testing, you can see that it gets close to the daily low and then it pops up sometimes. It happens all the time. Or if it's not a daily low, it's a dip or a spike or whatever. It gets close to that area where there's a lot of stop losses and goes away from it, only to come back down to it. But we don't want to get caught in that, because if we get caught in that, we can get into negative territory. And because our stop losses are not in conventional places, it can take our stops, if we stay in it too long. That's why we don't stay in the market that long. So I'm looking for this green line. We can come out here. This is the first one. This is the first green line, but I'm kind of looking for this second green line now. This is what we're after. I don't really want to go for the daily low unless it gushes. If it gushes down, then we'll take it. 50% spent on the candle. So we've got a bit of time before we will determine what we're going to do. And if it starts messing around, I'm just going to come out. Even if it's a break even, I don't care. In that case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a hard stop right here. That's where my hard stop is right now, because I don't want to lose on this trade. I'm not going to lose. If I don't win, fair, but I'm not losing. So hopefully it would just give us that little bit more and then we'll just jump out. Almost 70% spent. I don't want it to spike up, because I've seen it too many times. It would just spike up and then come back down. But right now we're in a non-costly, it hasn't cost us anything to be in this trade. But I really am going to jump out now. I'm really going to jump out, I'm telling you, because it should 75% spent on a candle. If it doesn't give me what I want in the next half a minute, I'm jumping. I want it to form another low. See this low, it's done it here, but I want it to close around this area here. I don't want to close on a doji. I don't want to close. I want it to close here, this line. If it doesn't close here, we can leave this trade. Even though we kind of know what it's going to do. We know, well, we don't know, but we've got a large inclination that it's going to dip. 90% spent on the candle. This hard stop is winding me up now. It's winding me up. It's winding me up because hard stops are just designed to just get stopped out. I just don't like them. Don't like hard stops. They're designed for you to jump out. I mean, for the trade to end. Right. 100% on that one. This has to drop down now. It has to drop from here. It can't go any further up. It's got to drop from here. If it doesn't, then it's no good. Nah, I don't like it at all. I don't like it. So I either have to move that stop back up, or yeah, I've got to move that stop. I've got to move the stop. I've got to play it by, I've got to use a mental stop as I normally do. Because those stops are just, they're just designed to get triggered. I don't like them. So it's still below the 9. You see this 9-day moving average is still below it. So it's still in our favor. It's doing what we want it to do, but it's not doing it how I want it to do. It's not as aggressive as I would have liked it. It should be aggressively going for the daily low, but it's not. And because of that, I'm feeling that I should jump out. But all other indications are fine. It's just very slow to do what it looks like it's going to do. But as you know, with this trade, this trading game, looks can be deceiving. So we just have to play it by ear and have a look. Almost 40% spent on the candle. 40%. That's almost halfway. So it's got to do something. It's got to come down to this green line on this candle. Halfway through it. Let's have a quick look at the minute chart. That's what the minute charts looks like. That looks okay, but let's have a look. It's got to get past that area. See this area here? This is where it needs to go past. It needs to break that area here. And it's, as you can see, it's not really doing anything. It's going the wrong direction. To the 5-minute chart. Bit of movement. Better. No movement at all. We're still online. And that's another thing, guys. When you are actually doing trading, you've got to have, I'd say, have a backup Wi-Fi. Either use your phone data or have another Wi-Fi, because there are times when your Wi-Fi will go down and you're in the middle of a trade. So for you to have a backup is essential, so that if it does go off, you just get back online straight away with your phone's Wi-Fi hotspot or whatnot. But it's happened to me plenty times. Not so much lately. Hey, this is what we're talking about. Right. That's good. This is what we want to see. Nice shift. There you go. This is what we were after. Don't pull back now. Should we take it now? Or should we be a bit greedy? Go for the daily low. Yes. Yeah, we're going to take that. We're going to take it. Oh my God, it's not going to allow me to take it. I had to press return. I had to press return a few times. It wouldn't close me out. You saw what happened just then. It wouldn't close when I wanted it to close. So in that, when that happens, do not try and use the mouse. Just press return on your keyboard. Press return multiple times until you get out of that trade. Well, anyway, that was a good trade. It was a bit slower than I expected it to do, and we could have stayed in a bit longer. But like we said, we got our plan. We had our plan. Our plan was, one, if it was messing around, we go for this first green line. If it's doing a bit more power, we go for the second green line. And if we feel like it, we would just take it to the daily low. So that's a good trade. I'll go for it again. What actually happened? Let me summarize what happened. We had a first signal, but this signal is no good. As far as I'm concerned, it's a risky signal. Let's just zoom in on it. This first signal here is okay. This dark green candle, which when you maximize it, you can see it's got a spine in it, a dark red spine. This was the first signal, but because it didn't cross the 200-day moving average, I discarded it, because that is a risky trade to do it like that until it passes the 200. It went back up as I predicted, but I was expecting this price to go up to this green line here, which would take out all the stop losses which are above. It didn't do that. It came back and gave us another signal. This signal crossed the 200-day moving average, so I was expecting it to. I saw a sell sign, so I saw a sell signal, so I took it. But I was expecting it to go up, like I said, so I was a bit dubious about it. Then we just took the trade and we followed it down. That's what's happening. We had our two targets, one at the first green and two at the second green. And we also were thinking about it crossing this daily low and giving us a daily low and us following it down. But we were quite content with taking the 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 close here, even though, as you can see now, it's going quite low. And looking at it again, looking at it here, this is on the hourly chart. I am not sure where it's going for. We said there's money here. Let me just draw some signs here so you know what I'm talking about. Right? There's money in this area here, which is just about taken. There's money here, which is more or less the same thing. And there's money maybe here as well. But there's definitely money down here. So definitely a huge amount of money down in this area. So maybe this sell can go all the way down to this area here. It's possible, but we're not waiting for that. We have got what we wanted from the trade, even a bit more. We got what we wanted because we'll be happy with this points here, but we got our pointage here. So all in all, that was a good trade. It took about that's 9 candles, 10 candles, just about an hour. just under an hour. So I hope you've learned something there about being patient and just trying to read the charts and trying to have a story. Try to have a story about the charts. It might be wrong, it might be right, but you have to have some sort of story. A story is more than a plan. It's almost it's almost like it tells you how you got to your signal or your entry point, and it also tells you how you're going to get out of that, or why, the reasons why you want to get out. So I use stories. I don't use plans. Plans is fine, but they're a bit rigid. They're not personal. So just try and make a story out of it like we just did, and then you might see the charts in a different way. This is why we don't stick in the market too long. Look what's happened. Look at what has happened. This is the thing that I was expecting earlier. I don't know if you remember, I said it should take out these people. That's why I was expecting it to take these people out before it continues its descent. But I didn't know it would trick you first and go down, then shoot right back up. Look what it's done. That's a 36-point candle taking out everyone. That is incredible. This game is dangerous. So this is why we've come out. I'm glad we done what we did. We're not too greedy. Because if we wanted to ride it all the way down, we don't know what would have happened. So this is why greed is no good in this game. Anyway, until next time.